What's up YouTube? It's your boy Nate Dizzy, and in today's video we're going to go over the number one thing that's keeping you from being an amazing close range Fortnite player. We're going to go over the number one thing that I think is overlooked when talking about close range fights and how you should go engaging opponents in terms of where you should aim and stuff like that. This is going to, I guarantee you, this will help you hit shots better, hit for more damage, and you will understand why when you're within a box or a box and a quarter length from somebody, you are missing shots even though your crosshair is perfectly placed on their head. So without further ado, let's jump right in and let's sort this out. Okay, so here we are. We're going to talk about this. Now, I'm going to get straight to the point. If you want nothing else but just to know what I'm talking about, we are going to be talking about the offset of where you aim versus where the shot's going to hit based on your distance to the target. Okay, so if that's all you wanted, go out, test it yourself, do that. But if you want a little more info, just stick around and I'm going to talk to you about it. I'm going to talk you through this and help you understand where you should be aiming and how the shooting mechanics work in terms of close range firefights. Now, if you're one of the people kind of like me, you are always wondering when you're at about this range from a person, you put a shot right on their head, you're like, why does it not do the proper damage? You may do 31 damage. 31 damage, half the crosshair is on his freaking head. 31 damage from close range. This is a legendary pump, by the way. You should be seeing about 105, and that's without the critical multiplier. So you're like, okay, I put, most of the crosshair on his head, I got 31, 31, consistent, 21. So you're like, why does this happen? Well, this is because of the offset. As you can see here, that red X denotes where the offset is, and it lets you know where you should be aiming, where the shot's actually going to hit, because the shot does not hit on the crosshair at all times. Now, at this distance, if I do aim directly at the head, it will most likely hit, but I will tell you that in-game, this is not the case most of the time. What you want to do is you want to make sure that you're hitting with that red X. Because guess what? Even though not any part of the crosshair is on this decoy's model, I'm going to hit for max damage. Why am I going to hit for max damage? Because where the crosshair is, what bloom the crosshair shows is not accurate to the actual place of where this shot's going to hit. So I want to demonstrate first how far this goes. So it goes anywhere and it gets worse. From close, you're going to have the biggest amount. Look how big that is. Max damage shot, crosshair is a full inch away from the target. Now as I back up, you're going to see that it gets smaller and smaller, the difference, until it finally lines up. It's basically kind of like how in a real gun, when you sight in a rifle, you sight it in for a certain distance. So you might sight it in for 25 yards. If you're anywhere further or less than that 25 yards, you're going to have to adjust slightly for your aim. So that's the same thing here, except for it's kind of weird because you never sight a rifle off to the right. That's freaking weird. You would never do that. You sight it right on for left or right, and you only have to adjust for up and down. But you know what? Here, you don't have to. We just have to accept that this is the way it is. I don't think there's a way for them to fix this. I think it's just the way it is. So as you can see, if we're really close, you want to aim about an inch off to the right, and you will hit for max damage. This is probably why when you go for this shot, you're hitting for much less damage. Or you may completely miss. Okay? I mean, this is point blank. This should do max damage, right? And it does some of the time, but a lot of the time you're going to miss. And I'm going to tell you why, because you should be aiming over here to the right. Now, as I back up, you're going to see it becomes slightly less and slightly less, but it remains the same. You want to aim off to the right and a little bit up, but not much up. You don't want to aim up here. You want to aim so that the bottom part of your crosshair, which is right here, is at roughly the point, the height that you want the shot to hit, and then you want to aim about a half inch right at this point. This is about half of a square. As you go out, it'll be less. Here's 3/4 of a square, slightly to the right. This is a full square, roughly. Right there on the edge. You basically just want to aim with the left side of your crosshair, and you're going to get basically max damage. Now you could aim with this, but as you saw, it did 63 versus 74. You want to kind of balance that out. Now we'll go out a little bit further, and this is kind of the longest distance you'll have. It's still slightly to the right, but you'll still be doing about max damage with this shot. As you can see, the actual bloom is a little bit bigger. That's why I'm not getting the 74, but I'm getting the vast majority of it, which is what you want. Now when we get out to this area, this is where it all evens out, and you can just start going for your actual basic shots. If I aim to the right at this point, you'll notice that it's off. So basically, this is where left to right the guns are zeroed for, and anything further, you will be on point by using your crosshair. But I want to point out that when you're at close range, alright, you're going to be aiming up and to the right slightly compared to where you would aim if you were back. So this is most likely the number one thing keeping you from being better at close range fights in Fortnite. Get out there, test this out, go into creative, figure out the offsets, go into a game, and notice the difference. You're going to do so much better at these close range fights if you can manage to train yourself to aim off to the right at close range. This is going to help you, man. So get out there and try it. Get out there and do what you do. Train, practice, work hard, get better at Fortnite, get it competitive, and do the dang thing. This has been your boy Nate Dizzy helping you out here. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you have anything to say, if you want to, if I made any mistakes, anything like that, you want to say anything, put it down in the comments. I will respond almost instantly because I'm a freaking genie. And that's about it. So subscribe if, like I said, if you really liked it. If you want to see more content, subscribe down there. Like if you like just this video. Comment if you had anything to say. And that's about it. Nate Dizzy, out.